Have you ever wondered what the wealthy teach their kids about money that most people don't learn in school? If you think financial education is a complicated mystery, get ready to uncover some secrets that could change the way you see the world. After all, while many of us learn about money through trial and error or random bits of advice along the way, wealthy families instill valuable lessons early on that help build a solid foundation for financial success. Today, I'm going to show you the 10 lessons the wealthy pass down to their children about money. And the most interesting part, these are things anyone can learn and apply. So, if you're curious about how these teachings can make a difference, stick with me. What might be missing from your own financial education? What are these families doing differently that leads them to success? Let's find out. But before we dive into these lessons, make sure you're subscribed to our channel. This motivates us to keep bringing more valuable financial education content to you. 1. Money isn't taught in school. Have you ever noticed that most schools don't offer specific classes on how to manage money? This means that many of the lessons we'll learn about finances come directly from home, especially from our parents. Think of it this way: as you grow up, you observe how your parents handle money. Do they pay bills, shop wisely, save, or invest? These daily actions serve as a silent guide for how you might manage your own money in the future. If your parents have healthy financial habits, like saving regularly or investing smartly, you're likely to develop those practices too. On the other hand, if money is always a source of stress at home, with constant debt or impulsive spending, those patterns can easily carry over into your own financial life. This shows how what we learn about money at home can shape our financial attitudes and behaviors throughout life. So, even though school doesn't directly teach about money, financial education starts in the family environment. That's why it's so important to pay attention to what our parents are teaching us, even if they don't realize it. 2. The importance of money. Now, let's talk about something essential: the value of money. Wealthy people have a clear understanding of what money can offer, and they teach this to their kids early on. It's not that money itself is the source of happiness, but it brings something very important: freedom and choices. With money, you can choose where to live, where to travel, and even have the opportunity to help others. It allows you to live with fewer financial worries, which in itself can be a great source of peace. On the other hand, many families facing financial struggles may avoid talking about money or even say it's not important. This can lead children to grow up without fully understanding how money truly impacts their lives. If you think about it, we live in a society where money drives almost everything. From the basics like food and housing to bigger opportunities in life, such as starting a business or investing in education. When parents teach their kids the importance of money in a healthy way, they're setting them up to make better decisions in the future. 3. The difference between assets and liabilities. Now, let's dive into one of the most valuable lessons the wealthy teach their kids: the difference between assets and liabilities. Sounds complicated? It's actually pretty simple. An asset is something that puts money in your pocket. A liability, on the other hand, takes money away from you. Let me give you an example. Imagine you bought a house. If you rent that house to someone, it becomes an asset because the rent generates income for you every month. Now, if you buy that house to live in, it's a liability because you'll be spending money on property taxes, maintenance, and other expenses, but it won't bring in any additional income. Wealthy people teach their kids to focus on acquiring assets. This means they learn to invest in things that generate money, like real estate, businesses, or even stocks. The more assets you have, the more your money grows over time. At the same time, the wealthy avoid unnecessary liabilities that drain their finances. This concept is crucial because it helps people think about how to make their money work for them instead of just working to earn money. Once you understand this, you start to change the way you view your purchases and investments. 4. Spending habits. Let's talk about spending habits, which is another crucial factor that separates financially successful people from those who struggle. Essentially, the wealthy teach their kids the importance of controlling expenses and making smart money choices. Here's the thing: many people spend impulsively on things that seem appealing, like the newest smartphone, designer clothes, or expensive cars. These items often make someone appear successful, but in reality, they can lead to debt or overspending. Over time, this creates a tough cycle to break. The person earns money but spends it all and even goes into debt. Now, imagine someone with the same salary but making smarter choices. Instead of spending it all on purchases or things that only impress others, this person saves a portion of their money and invests it. Over time, this allows them to build a larger reserve, earn more money, and eventually buy what they want without going into debt. The difference here lies in spending habits. The wealthy teach their kids not to live beyond their means and to avoid unnecessary debt. They prefer to invest their money in things that bring returns, rather than spending everything on luxury goods. So, instead of just appearing wealthy on the outside, they become truly rich on the inside, with a solid financial foundation. Do you make smart choices with your money? This can make a huge difference when it comes to financial education. Leave a comment below to let us know. 5. Family financial management. Now, let's talk about how wealthy families teach their kids to manage money from an early age. One of the most effective ways to learn something is through practice, right? Many wealthy families involve their children in household financial planning, including them in discussions about expenses, budgeting, and investments. This means that from a young age, these kids learn to handle money practically, understanding how the process of paying bills, saving, and even investing works. When parents involve their kids in financial planning, they teach something valuable. Money doesn't magically appear out of nowhere. It needs to be managed carefully for personal finances to run smoothly. By seeing how money flows in and out of the household, children learn to appreciate what they earn and, more importantly, to think before spending. Now, think about what happens in many families facing financial struggles. In these households, talking about money can be a taboo or even a source of conflict. Often, parents handle financial planning on their own and don't share what's going on with their kids. This leaves children with little understanding of how money works in the real world, which can hurt them later when they have to manage their own finances as adults. So, teaching practical financial management is a major advantage that wealthy families pass down to their children. It prepares them to make smarter financial decisions in the future. 6. Multiple ways to earn money. Now, let's explore a very important concept the wealthy teach their children. There are multiple ways to earn money. While many people grow up believing the only way to make money is by trading time for a paycheck, like having a job or working by the hour, the wealthy show that there are more efficient, and often more lucrative, ways to do so. One of these ways is investing. When you invest, you make your money work for you, whether it's through stocks, real estate, or other assets that grow over time and generate passive income. Another way is by building businesses. When you create a business, you can generate income without solely relying on your daily effort, especially if you can delegate tasks and automate processes. The point here is that the wealthy teach their children to think beyond the simple work and get paid model. They show that it's possible to create income streams that don't directly rely on the time you put in. This gives more freedom and increases the opportunities for financial growth. On the other hand, many families with fewer resources only teach the traditional model: get a job, work, and earn a paycheck. While that's important, it limits long-term wealth-building opportunities because it depends on time and physical effort. When you understand that you can earn money in multiple ways, you open new doors to increase your income and achieve financial freedom faster. 7. Financial consistency. Now let's talk about a fundamental aspect of building wealth: financial consistency. Many people believe that to become wealthy, you need a big lucky break or do something extraordinary all at once. But the truth is, the secret lies in doing the right things consistently over time. The wealthy teach their children that it's not enough to work hard once or invest in something just one time. The key is maintaining good financial habits every day. This means saving, investing, and making smart decisions on a continuous basis, not just occasionally. For example, saving a little bit every month and investing that money may not seem like a big deal at first, but over time, the results start to grow exponentially. It's like planting a tree. You take care of it every day, and over time, it grows and bears fruit. Many people give up quickly because they want immediate results, but the truth is that building wealth takes time and requires patience. The wealthy understand that financial success is the result of small actions repeated over many years. That consistency is what makes the difference in the long run. This lesson is powerful because it shows that, with discipline and patience, anyone can build a solid financial foundation. It's all about sticking to good habits and letting time do its work. If this content is making sense to you, don't forget to give it a like. It helps us keep bringing more content like this to you. 8. Solving problems brings money. Now let's talk about one of the most powerful lessons the wealthy teach. The best way to make money is by solving problems. It might sound simple, but it's incredibly profound. The bigger the problem you can solve for other people, the greater your financial reward will be. Think about the world's great entrepreneurs, like Steve Jobs or Oprah Winfrey. They became extremely successful because they found ways to solve big problems for millions of people. Steve Jobs, for example, transformed how we use technology in our daily lives by creating products that solved communication and information access issues in practical and innovative ways. Oprah helped millions find inspiration and improve their lives through her message and content. The logic behind this is simple. The more people you help or the bigger the problem you solve, the more value you create. And in the world of business and finance, the value you create is directly tied to how much you can earn. This is why many successful people focus on identifying needs, gaps, or challenges that others face and work to offer solutions to those problems. On the other hand, many people without this mindset focus only on getting paid for their time or specific tasks. They don't think about how they could increase the value they offer to others. This is why understanding the connection between solving problems and making money can completely change how someone views financial growth opportunities. 9. Abundance mindset. Now, let's talk about something that makes a huge difference in financial life: the abundance mindset. Many people grow up believing that there's a limited amount of money in the world, like a pie, and if someone takes a bigger slice, there's less left for everyone else. This type of thinking is called a scarcity mindset. It makes people believe that they can only have a limited share of resources and that they always need to save as much as possible because there's not enough to go around. The wealthy, on the other hand, teach their kids to have an abundance mindset. They believe that there's always more money to be made, more opportunities to explore, and that money isn't running out. This way of thinking opens the mind to new growth opportunities because people start focusing on how to increase their income, rather than just cutting expenses and living in fear of not having enough. Having this mindset shifts the focus in financial matters. While many people put their energy into saving pennies and cutting small expenses, the wealthy invest their time and effort in increasing cash flow. They understand that with the right work, money is always available, whether it's to start a business, fund a project, or achieve a dream. This way of thinking creates more opportunities because people with this mindset aren't afraid to seek more, take calculated risks, or invest in something that could generate a higher return. In the end, this confidence and abundance mindset are what make the difference in building wealth over the long term. 10. Teaching by example. To wrap things up, let's talk about one of the most effective methods of learning: teaching by example. Great business leaders and entrepreneurs don't just talk about success, they show it through their actions. This is how many wealthy people teach their children about money. They demonstrate how to handle finances through their own behaviors. Imagine someone like Warren Buffett or Bill Gates. They don't just teach theories about how to make money or be successful, they live by those principles every day. This has a much stronger impact because when children see their parents making smart financial decisions, they learn in a practical way what works. What's even more interesting is that these big names often teach their kids to be independent and not rely on the wealth they've inherited. They want their children to achieve success on their own, rather than simply depending on what their parents built. It's a way of teaching that hard work, discipline, and smart decisions are what truly lead to success. When children see their parents making smart financial decisions, saving, investing, and being responsible with money, they internalize these behaviors. This creates a positive cycle where financial education is passed down from generation to generation, not just through words, but through concrete actions. Teaching by example is one of the most powerful ways to influence someone's financial mindset and behavior because, as the saying goes, actions speak louder than words. So, what do you think of these 10 lessons the wealthy teach their kids? Now that you know these secrets, it's clear that financial education isn't as complicated as it seems, right? The amazing thing is that anyone can apply these tips to their life. The key is changing the way you view and handle money. So, if you want to start transforming your financial life, why not put some of these lessons into practice? Remember, the important thing is to take the first step. Whether it's learning to distinguish between assets and liabilities, better controlling your spending habits, or perhaps developing an abundance mindset. Financial success doesn't happen overnight, but with small, consistent changes, you can achieve incredible results. And most importantly, keep learning, improving, and of course, teaching by example. After all, what you do today can influence not only your future but also those around you. If you enjoyed this content, don't forget to subscribe to the channel, leave a like, and turn on notifications so you can keep learning with us. See you in the next video.